romance genre and its branches are the most read and written genres of today. And I feel like we're judged a little for liking it, and I judged others before too. But I was the one who used to say, chill, it's not that deep, it's just a romance. It's never just a romance. Up until May of last year, the only sort of romance books I read are Pride and Prejudice and Emma. PNP I loved so much I did a 3-part series breakdown of each volume that you can find on this channel. Now it was infuriating because I felt like Emma as a character was, frankly, annoying. Mr. Knightley felt far superior intellectually. I mostly read classics. I'm that basic person who loved Catcher in the Rye. It was my favorite book for a long time. I reread it like 5 times. I read The Picture of Dorian Gray. I read a lot of mysteries too, so I liked some B.D. James stuff, some Agatha Christie stuff. So I was not a romance girly whatsoever, but I was bored, slightly sad, and my favorite booktuber recommended the fantasy series, and I was like, why not? I need entertainment and I need some fun. I read the Akata series, the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, the Cruel Prince trilogy, Shadow Me series. I read Queen. I basically went down a rabbit hole. Then I read romances like Binding 13 and others, which ironically I loved. But then I got bored again. The same things seemed to happen over and over again. People started promoting their books with tropes like one bed trope, enemies to lovers trope, fake dating trope. I'm not even going to mention dark romance. That shit scares me. And it got me thinking, why is it that what has become my favorite genre seems to be losing uniqueness? Now, all we see are shadow daddies and tough muscular men and hockey players and people with a dead mom and an abusive dad, and somehow they are the nicest person, despite it all. And to create depth in women, we make them victims of abuse, of violence, of rape, and we create the savior complex. I know not all books are like that, but most are. The bruised woman is somehow intelligent and charming and beautiful and funny and petite. Don't forget petite. I swear I almost DNF'd Binding 13 because every few lines I was hit with small frame, fragile, malnourished, petite. Whether writers are abusers of the system or victims of it themselves, they are still preying on our insecurities. They are using our cravings for connection and our loneliness and our desires. Because we end up wanting to be the girl and quite frankly wanting to the guy. And speaking as someone who comes from a conservative Muslim country, we have seen the most drastic shift. Women in my country has been consuming an idealized version of what should be romance. I've seen the term I don't watch porn, I read it circulate even here in Tunisia. And it's human, it's instinctive, we seek pleasure, but must we be slaves to it? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't blush when Ryzan clicked Ferris tears, or when Warner busted through the front doors, when Juliet clicked the pager, or when Carden saved Jude. But I cringed hard with Jax. I still don't understand how Once Upon a Broken Heart is considered remotely good. That book sucked. Then the books that we loved so much get turned into TV shows and movies. And after falling in love with fictitious characters, we fall in love with the actors and the abs. Don't forget the abs. I mostly watch YouTube. I'm not a movie or TV show type of person at all. But I saw off campus circulating all of my favorite YouTubers and influencers are talking about it, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. So I watched like a couple of episodes, though I skipped through most of it. It was very graphic. But I left feeling a little bit hurt, like a little bit disappointed for men and for women. I'm not American or Western, so maybe this is a foreign concept to me, but is sex really that important to a relationship? Must the first encounter be, oh, she saw him naked, like with off campus, and oh, she put her head on my groin, like with Binding 13? What happened to talking about worldviews together? What happened to sharing life values? What happened to friendship? What happened to religion? I mean, for God's sake, even Bridgerton, something set in the 1800s, must include some type of sexual scene, and oh, they kissed in the carriage, and like, why? Here in Tunisia, it's not as graphic as that, but men nowadays come to expect holding hands and caresses and cheek kisses and hugs. Yeah, I know to non-Muslims that's like normal, but to us it shouldn't be as normalized as it is now. I mean, I know a lot of Western women like talking on social media where they jump too quickly into sex and then they get ghosted and feel bad about themselves. I'm sure that this isn't just an us problem. And sure, you're allowed to want these things. Wanting them doesn't hurt you, but acting on it is what's hurting you and society. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, don't read romances, they're bad for you, because that'll make me a hypocrite. I recently read and loved Binding 13, even though the scenes drag on so much. 50% of that could have been cut. The crude language was kind of okay. It felt like true to the characters. But it was like fun. It was like fun. More character driven, no spicy scenes. It was okay. So I'm not saying just give up on reading romance altogether. This is kind of my plea for you to rethink what you read. Rethink what you allow yourself to consume. Rethink how you view relationships because it is sacred. Don't let the media tell you it's normal, it isn't, it shouldn't be. Your body is sacred. Just remember that marriage, which most of us crave, is a form of rizq, meaning you're not entitled to it. God can bless you with it or bless you in other ways. I think we have come to be afraid to say that the point of life really is not to be happy or have children or make money or have sex, but it is to worship God. I know that's foreign to many and some might think it's regressive, but what a comforting goal to have. We have reached the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I want your opinions in the comments. They matter to me. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.